So the other thing we have to do, the desertification is coming, the urbanization is eating the field, like I told you. What you have to do is, if you have to create the structure, you have to think about planting trees. And the big problem is, in Burkina, still today, life expectation is under 50 years. Who will stand and plant a tree that he will even not benefit from the shadow? Only those that have access to education, to know the globality of the problem and try to fight against it. And I'm privileged. That's why I can't do that. So this is in the rainy season, you can see, but that is the idea. Put the pot, put a little water inside, so they call it dropping technology. That is my dropping technology. I have no money to put pipes. So it is hard to do that, to dig in the desert a hole and then put plants using these elements that you can see and to grow trees while the building processes keep going. And that is the project. In the rainy season, if I fly the next, I will bring you pictures from the dry season. You will be shocked. So we try to create a courtyard, like in German they will say Bollwerk, to protect the people against the outside environment, which can be very negative. So life is in this building. Really. So celebration inside the courtyard. Trees are growing. Shadow everywhere. Provide high quality space. The furniture. Happy kids. So really happy kids. This is inspiring, believe me. You didn't give them chewing gum to just make them be happy. They're really happy. A wind tower. So that now has become something like a surfing space. If you arrive, you see the kids saying, "Let go surf, windsurfing." So it works. You don't need to measure. You could see how people react, and now that this idea works. And the next step is everyone start to settle around this building. So we have to put a fence to protect our territory. And that is the building. Simply now. So Hans talked about the foundation. I think that I will be 5 minutes more, but I try to be quick. Oh yes, when I start to build, I couldn't explain my environmental needs to people in Germany. I think German people are kind, of course. The fact was, if we talk about these places, everyone starts to talk about corruption. So why don't we forget all the negative things and just do something? You understand? Why we have to wait that everything is perfect to be able to do? Why a student should not go in his home country and build a school? I don't get it. So I created this association called Schulbausteine für Gando e.V. Go to the US and say, my foundation name is Schulbausteine für Gando e.V. You understand? So, you know what happened? So, now, the good thing is, some friends came and say, let's call it Kéré Foundation. I mean, it's cool, eh? So, let's see. If I get more money, I will come back to you and tell you that I was successful. Let's see what it is. But fact is, I use this to make research. My village is my laboratory, my research place. I try to do things differently. I don't want my people to copy, to replicate something all the time, but to improve, to be inspired. This is a pot. We want to use it for opening. And that is my people. The women are so powerful in Burkina, in Africa. You cannot imagine. I think here there too. So I have to be careful, not that someone kill me after. But however, so that's how we bring the material on the site. Look at these kids. Look at these kids. They're watching to what's happening. Something is happening, new. You understand? They watch you. They learn. You understand? We cut it. And so we'll go to industrial production. We put it on the top. We create openings. The kids will sit here. They know how you did it. They will fight against the desert. They will create climate-responsible building. There is no need for aircon. No, that is how I work. Now, even the government has become aware about my work very quickly. First, there is the revolution. Yeah. First, there is the revolution, because these people, the mediocrity is so huge like a desert by this leader. Really, we have a potential. We have enthusiastic people and the resources, but they're so, they're focused to France. They want to wear tight. It doesn't fit to them, but I don't care. And suddenly, the people say, no, we like your tight. It's coming from France, but you're not doing the good policy. They kick them down, burn down the Parliament House. So for every artist, this is like a paradise. Like 200 cars burned in one of the poorest countries in the world. And I've been called to think about a new Parliament House. I'm always thinking about trees. The first structure for gathering, okay, like you can see. So connect the Parliament House to a tree. Remind them where they're coming. They're not coming from where Mercedes is built. They're coming from the desert. And you need a tree, a shadow. But practically, trees are bringing cooling. I mean, I'm not that radical, okay? So that is the building. We want to create, you use the top of the building to grow agriculture. You understand? That is what we need. And we want to create a gathering space. I will say, not Vital will be happy about this structure. So, but I have climate thought inside. And that is the structure. It should be in Ouagadougou. The assembly, yesterday I still was with the president of the assembly who came to Berlin to visit. I let him stay in Berlin. I went somewhere that I cannot say. But later, I had another meeting. I came back and we're talking about the Parliament House, how we can build it. They have no money. But my goal is not just to build. Hey, I want to inspire through ideas, And that's what we do. I come back to the office, how to convince, to inspire this leader to build something like that. Look at carefully to that picture. I met once Obama last year, and someone from the office just they cut me out. This is the parliament president of Burkina Faso. Francis, if you show him that picture, he will believe if he build his house, Obama will come to shake him the hand. So here, as an architect in this country, you have to be creative to inspire them. So my work is not easy, believe me, but I love it. And I come back to the office. One day, it was late November, everyone was laughing in the office. I said, what is again? What is wrong again? So they came, Francis, the US has a new president. We have to change the picture. I don't work like that. Thank you so much. Thank you. 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 As a student, first I was against all the professors that promised to come and never came. Really, I was always angry. And so as an architect, I try to do things that, that will animate people. Specific in my country, you don't know how, with a little idea, you can change people's thinking. So this is something that is so not easy to translate. I give you a very brief example. We build teacher housing in Gando. First, people start to call them the best fridge in Burkina Faso. Fridge. In a country where the temperature can be 60 degrees, to call a house a fridge is the greatest, a word that you can have. So that was like, for me, a great thing to say, try always to get people to be part of it because they will identify themselves with the project. So it started that I want to do that, and then it went to exhibition where I don't want people to just arrive and see my things and don't want to touch, because I would love them to keep building it to the end. You understand? It will give more sense and more soul to that what I'm doing. And then I have a chance to do shows where I try to introduce this. But it's just, it's just happening. It's just happening. And for the show of Munich, we end up trying to do something like this better than to ask people to donate. The donation is something that is very critical. If they donate you, they will expect you to come very quick with the project, and I don't like that. I better get people help to build a structure to the end, however they like, and it will be like a holistic picture, then just to say, give me something, I'll go to do something.
Have you ever been interested in going into politics?
No. Today how politics end up too is very frustrating. But I'm lucky that I belong to people like you. In our modest contribution, we will show these people the mirror back. I think for the moment there's no use. There was a time where you could do. So it was a time where politician was like close to people, but you don't know who elect who today and what for. You don't know it. It cannot be to our benefit to have people like we have some leaders in the world today. No, what I'm doing is strong enough. I cooperate with everyone, not just by the color. Christoph once said to me, I don't create something by myself. I prefer those things that have been already set up. I could just take it and help transform it. In a lot of things, you could put all of that ideas. If you come to like a structure, it may be delicate, but I'm using structure that are flexible enough to let people feel we was part of the creation. Not just feel because I want them to feel, I want them really, truly to feel they're part of it. It's not easy, but if you happen to do that, that is the most powerful thing at all. You saw some screen that we did. I don't measure every millimeter. It's like a participatory thing that I will wish we could just help or reactivate it in our Western world. It is fantastic.
I think in this sense of recentering, what kind of when you were talking, the village is your resource and your research place, and this kind of recentering. And I'm wondering if the impact that you have is quite great because you're bringing the new into process, that then kind of is able to change that. And I wonder the same effect where a lot of times we're in this global situation, but home is a relative term, so home changes depending on how we feel. But this question of recentering, because we focus a lot on trying to fix something outside of us versus kind of pulling from the origin. And I think, would it have the same impact? I think with kind of a European architect going and doing the same thing, or if you had in these different places, how you generate that recentering, because I think it's quite amazing. But how you where we do that, how do we recenter ourselves?
Don't think that was easy to build in Gando. Don't believe it. There is a saying, so you never be a prophet in your home country. That is so powerful. In my case, it was not easy. Even if you read somewhere that my father was a headman of the village, and even that you have a lot of responsibility. If you arrive to convince, it is more demanding. If you come, you're from outside, there is a bonus for a stranger. So like if you travel with me in Burkina Faso, you have all my rights, but then you could be naive. You could do whatever you want, so no one will complain. So in my case in Burkina, to succeed was even harder than if you were coming from outside. But then the deepness, the quality of the work shows that I know my field very well and I knew how to use it. That was an advantage, but at the beginning it was a big rejection. You have to know that. And so meaning if someone like you go, you have to take time to study the local culture. I think that here in you showed very well with your project in Sarawi. You needed 10 years to just enter that. If you arrive to do that, you could do it. So if you're coming from Chouas, just come back, meet this lady for this morning. She did this introduction. She was so great. If you come closer to that lady, she will open you to the local culture and you will be able to change it, for sure. Build a greater community that just use the mountain as elevating you to something else and create a house a system that will be up of everything. Really, believe me, I will be able to do that.